Good morning, class 11th. Dear students, yesterday I was explaining the lesson, the Browning version from your first book, Hornbill. Today, once again, I am going to start to give explanation onward. Just I told you that we are going to get explanation of the remaining passages belonging the lesson, the Browning version. This is first page. I have completed. Next one. Yesterday, this passage, please pay attention on the line tableau. Tableau. Well, of course, they are, sir. I won't mention names, but you know them as well as I do. Of course, I know most masters think we boys don't understand a thing. But sir, you are different. You are young, well, comparatively anyway, and you are science teacher. You must know what sadism is. Tableau argues with Tableau young teacher. He says that, sir, to whom? To science teacher Frank. So there are some other masters, but Tableau didn't want mention their names. I know most masters think we boys don't understand a thing. Tableau says to young teacher Frank that he has knowledge about such type of masters who think that boys like Tableau don't understand a thing like that. Tableau says a science teacher friend that he was different. Anyhow, he was different from other teachers. Other hand, the science teacher Frank was young. In comparison of the other masters, he was very cooperative minded. He always involved himself among the students. He shared his views, his feelings with the students. One word came there, sadism. Sadism. So what is meaning of sadism? Tableau says that young science teacher Frank must know meaning of sadism. Sadism means, what is sadism? before it was told. Sadism. A person who enjoys troubling others, who take persons who take interest to give to give pain. Frank, after a pause, good Lord, what are our schools coming to? Tableau. Anyway, Croc isn't a sadist. What's That's what I am saying. He wouldn't be so frightening if he were, because at least it would. So he had some feelings, but he hasn't. He is all shriveled up inside like a nut and seems to hate people to like him. It's funny that I don't know any other master who like being doesn't like being liked. Tableau favors Mr. Croker Harris. He gives peace of his mind to young teacher Frank. What? According himself, according him, Mr. Croker Harris isn't a sadist. He was not such type of master teacher who took enjoy in beating the students, in giving pain the students. Never. This is Tableau was saying that Mr. Croker Harris wasn't a sadist. He had no feeling of sadism. Due to his strictness, every student had fear in the heart. But if there is anything to say about Mr. Croker Harris, he is all shriveled. Shriveled means reduced, up inside like a nut. Internally, if anybody wants to know him, he will find Mr. Croker Harris was just like nut internally. He seems to hate people. He seems to hate whatever person, whoever, any student who meets, who visits him, she realizes that he or she was hated by Croker Harris, but it was not so. Really, it was not so. Being such quality, such characters, Mr. Croker Harris was liked by all. Why? Because he was only a strict teacher, disciplined teacher, and very knowledge teacher, reserved teacher. His strictness created a sense of fear among sense appear in the student's heart. And I don't know any boy who doesn't use that for his own purposes. Frank, Frank says that he didn't know any boy who didn't use that for his own purposes. Tableau, well, it's a natural sir, but not with the crop. Crop full name Crocker Harris. Frank Mr. Crocker Harris. Tableau, Mr. Crocker Harris. A funny thing is that in spite of everything, I do rather like him. I can't help it, and sometimes I think he sees it, and that seems to shrivel him up even more. In spite of these qualities, Taplow as other students liked Mr. Crocker Harris. They know, they knew it very well that every time Mr. Crocker Harris counseled very well for the students, for his own students. Frank, I'm sure you are exaggerating. Means Frank assures Taplow that he was that sure that Taplow Crocker Harris students was giving the piece of his mind in very exciting way, something more something more than reality, but it was not so. Please mark in your book up to where I have taught you. Just I gave you explanation as you used to do. You used to create question from the passage explained by me. Just like that, once again you will create questions from sensitive portion. This is your homework. Thanks. Have a nice day.